Yeah. Am I talking to that?
Yeah, you can bend down.
Yeah.
There you go, if you want.
Yeah. This is Marc White, fucking crunched down. Owner, manager, founder, Dorking Wanderers, with Simon on Cherrywood Podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Cherrywood Podcast with me, Simon Burridge.
And me, Michael Harper.
Now, you wouldn't know this, Mark.
Yeah.
But we start the podcast by asking you how long you think before that sign falls off the wall. I always thought not this big one, this one. It falls off the wall every podcast. And if you get the closest, then £100 goes to a charity of your choice.
Jesus. Well, I'm going to say 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Which is... Yeah.
That ain't bad, because I've got a feeling it'd be about that. So we're going to go to our sponsors. When we come back, we'll be talking to Marc White of Dorking Wanderers. Nearly said United then. That's a good start, isn't it? Right, go to podcast. No, we won't. We'll go to the, what are they? Sponsors. That's it.
Today's sponsors are Dimedici Associates, Chartered Structural and Civil Engineers.
Based in the UK with a worldwide reach.
Visit their website on dimediciassociates.com.
Bond Carpentry, where precision meets creativity.
From bespoke cupboards to second fix carpentry, garden houses, and even the Cherrywood Podcast sign. Call 07738 732 931.
Bond Carpentry, licensed to drill. This podcast has been brought to you by Snug Dubs, camper van hire.
Roam the world, park anywhere.
That's snugdubs.co.uk. And we're back, right. Hello, Mark. Thanks for coming on. Really pleased you came on because my son, mate, like I said to you before we started, really big fan of you, and he was well chuffed. I had a couple of people go, "You ain't got him on, have you?"
Not that dickhead.
And do you know what? I thought, because I've done a little bit of research on it, I thought you'll be in black because I've only ever seen you.
Yeah, I've gone for navy blue.
Black.
It's a new me. Yeah, new me. Navy blue, yeah. So that's, obviously just on the touchline. Football manager and all that, you tend to sort of wear black tracksuits, black clothing, didn't you? So I've ended up just with a black wardrobe, to be honest with you.
Right, brilliant. So do you want to tell people that don't know who you are?
Well,
with detail.
Yeah, well, I'm Marc, yeah, and I started a football team 25 years ago. And I always say that's weird because I'm only fucking 30.
I think we're similar age.
Yeah.
I'm 74, I was born in.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, what was you born in?
Fucking hell, yeah. No, my dad was born in 74.
Get out of
here. No, I'm 73. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not coming on to you, Mark, but you don't look bad for your age, mate.
No, thank you, mate. Yeah, I do all right. I mean, obviously, a lot of it's fucking self-enhanced injections and Botox, derma fillers. I'm like a fucking pincushion. Yeah, no. And I started a team a long time ago. Bunch of mates, literally pub side.
Dorking Wanderers.
Yeah, Dorking Wanderers, pub side. We played in the 17th tier football. We've had 12 promotions in that time. And yeah, we've gone from sort of, I would say, I don't know, I can't think of another phrase. It's not rags to riches because there aren't any riches, but it's from like,
success.
So we've had loads of success. We've gone from park pitches in Crawley, which is, one of the roughest places in fucking Europe, to playing on TV at Notts County, Oldham Athletic, Wrexham, and all these places. And we've built a club and a stadium in the process. So, and it's no benefactor, just hard work, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. Now, were you in the? Obviously, you've gone on to Wrexham. Was you there when when they had taken over, or was it just before that?
Yeah, no, yeah, they
was
were
that
there,
season. Yeah, of course. So it was when they went promoted. Was that the year you got relegated?
Yeah, no, we had a whole season with them.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and it was really good. Really good. I mean, we went into that highest division at an amazing time, like for experience. I mean, obviously, the boys bought Wrexham, and there's all the hullabaloo. We had our club had a sort of, I don't know, best part of an episode on Welcome to Wrexham, which was like a top 10 Disney show.
Yeah, I don't remember that episode. I have to go have a look.
Yeah,
I've watched all of them. Yeah.
They came and recorded us. I mean, they were so intrigued by our story because obviously their position was that we're the underdogs and it's a fairy tale story. Then they came across us and said, to be fair, maybe this is it.
Yeah.
So they came down. They were brilliant people. Came down, recorded us. They recorded me. And us in the pre-match build-up to the game down at Wrexham. When we went to Wrexham and recorded our team to what we done, how we were going to try and beat them. As it goes, we should have fucking beat them, but we got beat. We played really well. So, but it was just an amazing experience.
Yeah, I bet.
A bunch of lads that... just were like millions of other people, just park footballers.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Did you get to meet Reynolds and all that? Or
no, I didn't. No. There was a few like electronic correspondences. Do you know what I mean? They weren't there for the games.
Nah.
But I met, the key bit for me was I met all the good people at Wrexham. There's some amazing. What they've done. By putting their money in that club, they've regenerated the whole city or town, should I say? And it's just like a different place. It's incredible. Yeah. So, but it's a good story.
No, it is. It is. I'm a quarter Welsh, so I sort of keep an eye on them. Do you know what I mean? Keep an eye on them. I'm pleased for it. A lot of people hate the fact that they've been given a load of money and all that, but I think there's nothing.
It's bullshit though, isn't it? Like, I don't begrudge anyone doing anything.
No. They just want their team to have had that. That's all it is, isn't it?
No one would turn it down. No one would turn it down, would they?
Exactly. So let's go back a bit then. So is it right that you formed the team because Wimbledon went to Milton Keynes?
Yeah, it was just the whole Wimbledon decline, really. It was obvious that the club was decaying. It really was like almost...
It's very American what they did, isn't it?
Well, it's a shambles. I mean, it's indicative. I think part of it's why I hate the FA and most of the FA and what they stand for. That they allowed a club to be franchised. You know, I mean, for those people that don't understand it, it's literally like your club, Charlton Athletic, and someone saying, right, we're going to buy them and we let us move them to Scotland. Yeah. And someone says yes. And the whole community says, hold on a minute. My granddad supported them. My great-granddad. You've moved my football club. So Wimbledon fans, there's no forgiving, there's no forgetting. End of. With the FA. And the good thing is every football fan buys into that, the support behind what happened, and then MK Dons are still trading out on the name disgracefully, do you know what I mean? Which, they should just drop the name because everyone hates them. So they must have the shittest marketing fucking department in the world because it's quite obvious that everyone fucking hates them because of the fact they stole a football club. I'm
amazed by your passion still. It's been 30 years.
Yeah, we'd just be forevermore. But I mean, like in any event, just lose the name. Yeah. At least try and think.
What is it, the Dons bit you don't like?
Yeah. Should never be there.
Yeah.
I mean, like they should just, if they would put out a press release saying, do you know what? Actually, looking back now, what's happened was a fucking carve up and we totally get it. And do you know what? However we got where we are, we want to acknowledge that. And by the way, we're going to drop the name Dons. We are Milton Keynes. That's where we are. Then I think they'd at least get a bit more respect.
Because I imagine there's not one Wimbledon fan there, is there?
No. No,
do you know any Wimbledon fans?
That's a good question, that.
Do you know any?
I don't think I'd admit it.
That's the first time in a year of doing a podcast I've been told I've fucking good question. But there can't be any Wimbledon people have gone over.
Can there? No. But it's a disgrace.
You wouldn't let it know, would you?
If you you keep quiet when you know. Yeah,
but I mean, it's like, but luckily it's quite nice because the wider football world loves seeing them get beat. I think they've just, Winkleman, he's just sold it.
Oh, right, okay.
He's just sold it, and you'd like to think these new people coming in have got half a brain. If I was them, even if I didn't fucking mean it, I'd say, listen, do you know what? How this club got here is wrong, unjust, and we're going to give them back that name, and we're going to do our own thing. If you've got half a brain, they would do that. But there you go. So not bitter, just waffle on about for 3 minutes. But yeah, so it was all going wrong. We just
now, do you class yourself as an AFC Wimbledon fan?
I do. But
Plough Lane as well now, aren't they?
Yeah,
even though it's got a fucking great hole in it.
I know. It's really weird. I mean, like I've got to be true to myself and the other AFC fans. What the AFC fans done, and the guys to bring back that club, never be seen again. I mean, to lose a home in Plough Lane, to lose the club. to go to step 5 of football, and then rebuild, start again as a fan-owned club, and then end up with a new stadium back in Plough Lane.
It just shows what passion does, mate.
Unbelievable. But the irony is now it's actually the fan structure that holds them back, which is such an irony when the fans saved them.
Right,
because it's so hard. It's so hard for, decision making is done differently. There isn't a majority shareholder. There's, whenever you speak to anyone at Wimbledon, it's full of conjecture and difficulties and stuff. But listen, that we'd have all given our right arm for the club to be where it is now at AFC, and the fans there are tremendous, and what they've done for the club's unbelievable. I class myself an AFC fan. But equally, I've not given the commitment that those fans have to AFC,
I understand.
so I recognise that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I remember the old Plough Lane. That was an experience, mate. We used to go away there to the old Plough Lane.
Mate, honestly, that was something else.
Yeah, it's literally like going to Grassroots and Northfleet, watch Grassroots and Northfleet play.
Yeah, and they were in the first division.
Yeah.
Playing Man United down there, Liverpool.
But they had similar success to your club, didn't they? They went up one season after another, didn't they? They went up so quick they couldn't build a ground to see.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. It was just a us and them story, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? They kept the non-league roots of the team, even in the Football League. So even when they got to the Premier League, it was a case of us and them, fight them on the in the trenches and etc. And people forget that Wimbledon were denied European football twice. Wimbledon should have been in Europe when they won the FA Cup, and they finished 6th one year. And because of Liverpool and Heysel Stadium, they being banned, we should have been in Europe twice.
Oh, right.
And I'd love to understand. I'm sure there wasn't any financial compensation back then, but the club done incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, and at one point was punching at the highest weight it could.
Yeah.
And was envied and feared. I mean, I know that the tactics they deployed, I had a few of my friends in that side at the time, and the tactics they deployed weren't football tactics.
I'm obviously younger than you guys, but was that the Vinnie Jones era?
Yeah. I mean, basically, if you fucking upset, they had signals on the pitch. If somebody upset someone, they'd give them a whack on the way down the tunnel at half time. One of them would delay the referee on the way in, talking about nothing. The other one would get in front of the bloke. The other one would get behind him. They'd give him a whack, and they pissed around their territory like a pack of wolves. That was how they won matches. They won them before they started the FA Cup final. If you ever watched the clips of the FA Cup, they beat Liverpool. I mean, God knows what the betting odds must have been to beat Liverpool that day. But Liverpool were won everything in sight.
Yeah.
And in the tunnel, when you watch the behind the scenes video, they're not even looking at a tunnel. They're just staring at the Liverpool players shouting.
Yeah.
Well, there's that classic video of the game kicking off and Vinnie Jones just going through someone.
Didn't he go off straight away for that?
No, he got. I mean, it's basically
he got a card, did he?
He got a yellow. It's basically a double.
No. I mean, there was one game that he just went straight in and got a card straight away, didn't he? And the ref's just shaking his head, going, "Fuck it now." Yeah. He's got to go straight away.
That one in the FA Cup final was a double red card in this day and age. And but it's great though. I mean, because football's.
It's a shame how football's changed.
Yeah, but it's you don't get away with that now, unfortunately.
Yeah, like Peter Shirtliff for Charlton years ago. I remember when I first started supporting Charlton, it was at Palace's grounds. You've been through that experience of ground sharing with Palace. And he drop kicked someone, literally drop kicked him. And you can still find it now. You put Peter Shirtliff drop kick. It's unbelievable. He didn't even get a card for it. It was it was beautiful. Yeah, and every time he comes as a guest on the Charlton TV, they mention the drop kick to him. Right, so this is an entrepreneur type podcast. So let's talk about your business as such. So before you started Dorking, what was you doing?
I've just been involved in marketing, digital marketing agencies, for donkey's years. That's my trade. But to be honest with you, the football's took over.
Yeah,
I mean, the football is, I guess, the entrepreneurial side without the money. I mean, I'm not sure if money is intrinsically linked to being an entrepreneur, is it? I'm not sure. So I guess it probably is somewhere. But if you're talking about, building something from scratch and taking it from sort of unknown to very well known internationally, then that's what we've done with a football club. And then in the background, I just had where, you know, a digital marketing agency. They're still around, but a lot of my time is, all of my time is spent on the football side, to be quite frank.
Okay, so it's still going in the background?
Yeah.
Oh, right, but it's all football now.
Yeah.
Wow, I see.
So from a football perspective, what's your role?
Can you put your mic a bit close to your mouth?
What's your role?
I know your
within the
nose
club?
is nearer than your mouth, but...
So what roles do you have at Dorking?
Well, I'm manager.
Yeah.
I'm major shareholder, if you like, so owner essentially. And fortunately now we've just brought in a chief exec who's full Welsh, Jonathan Bynes, who's brilliant.
Yeah.
And we needed that badly, you know, I was trying to do everything for a long time. I'm still involved in everything day to day. I'm involved there's not one single aspect of the club, and the club is big. It's got like a youth section from 4 years old to walking football. We've got everything we're trying to achieve on the field, off the field, building grounds and developments, etc. So I'm involved in everything because I'm the owner. But I've got Jonathan Bynes, a chief exec. I've got a partner in crime, business partner, Chris Lee. We've got loads of volunteers around the place that help as well, but I'm still involved in most things. But manager's the bit that gives me a bit of enjoyment.
Do you see them rolling their eyes when you come in and jump on what they're meant to be dealing with? And here he fucking comes with his opinion again.
Yeah, probably. But obviously, they haven't got a leg to stand on because I've been there for 25 years and I've dug the trenches.
So was you manager from day one?
Player manager, from day one, and then just stopped playing after 6-7 years.
Right, so are you nearly longest serving manager? Have you ever looked at that?
I think I am, yeah. I think I'm the longest serving in the country, yeah. I'm trying to think who else there was, one that was near. But yeah.
I don't know how long Fergie was.
Neil Cugley at Folkestone, Cugs. He's done a stint, Neil. But yeah, Fergie, I've been doing it a long time.
So what if you had a run of like 10 losses or something? What would you do? You wouldn't sack yourself?
Nah, you can't. That's the thing. Like, you can't. No.
Invincible job.
Yeah, the thing is, in reality, like clubs get rid of managers all too easily.
I do. Yeah.
When was the last time you saw a club get rid of a manager successfully? Yeah. I mean, with Wimbledon, when it went wrong for them, they got rid of the wrong manager at the wrong time.
Well, I'm going to get these figures wrong, right? But Alan Kirbishley was Charlton's like 8th to 10th manager. And from Kirbishley onwards, they're on to like nearly 30, I think.
There you go, mate. You see it all the time. And it's the fans are so short-sighted. I've seen it in our division this week with friends of mine that have been given the push. You see it at the highest level. I think the famous one was Mourinho at Chelsea, wasn't it? They got rid of Mourinho, paid him out millions, lost about another 3 in the meantime, paid them out millions, then got him back.
Yeah.
And paid him out again.
Yeah, paid him out again.
Yeah.
So I mean, but
at the end of the day, it's what's on the pitch, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
it's the quality on the pitch.
Yeah, fans all too easily. I totally understand. Every now and then you do get a manager and think, do you know what, that was a bad move, and you think that's never going to work. But in the main, the ones I feel sorry for, the ones that give clubs loads of success, and then they have a tough time, and then they just sack them off.
Yeah,
crazy.
I suppose it's tougher down the leagues because in the Premier League, etc., you look at all the managers that have been and gone, but they get huge payouts as well.
They do, yeah. But what makes me laugh is, I was saying this the other day actually, is it irony, but like I look at football's so fickle. I look at McKenna Ipswich, Russell Martin Southampton, and when they've got promoted during that close season, every big job that came up, they're going, call Russell Martin, McKenna. They might be in for them. The minute they played 6 games in the Premier League, in a league they was never going to fucking win a lot of games in, they're going, it's time for him to go. Like, come off it. Fuck, come off it. Like, they, you know, no one applies logic in football, barely ever.
Nah, that's right.
That's it. Those clubs come up and they're expected to go down, aren't they?
Yeah.
This might be weird because you're the owner, but have you ever been approached about managing somewhere else?
Yeah, I've had a few before people knew necessarily that I was. I had a few clubs and stuff. I'd only do another club if it was like a massive club, like, you know, like I'd love to try and bring success to like a fucking Sunderland, like a West Ham, like a, sorry to swear if it's a Charlton thing, right?
What about AFC Wimbledon?
Yeah,
if
no.
they approached you, would you say no?
No, I just feel like we don't, you know, like we're going to be we're going to be at their level anyway at some point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
no, I understand.
I'd be motivated by like a huge club, huge fan base to give them the good times. Do you know what I mean? But aside from that, it's Dorking all the way. That's the bottom line.
Right, okay.
So where do you see Dorking being in 10 years?
Well, I think we'd be in the Football League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with or without me, to be honest with you. I think what we've established already as a brand, if that's right, and the storyline, with or without me as an owner or manager, I think Dorking Wanderers will be in the Football League. But as you get higher, you're relying upon as much off the field to go right as you are on the field. And that's kind of where we are now.
So can you see an end for you at some point? Have you got like a plan? When you're going to knock it out? Fucking hard.
Yeah, no, genuinely, I think it'd be a heart attack. I think betting in play, you wouldn't get more than 2-1 on that. Yeah, that'd be the end. I don't know. I think with all things, they happen quicker. I don't think you can plan for stuff. And I think it's the way it'd be with me. I think when things happen in life, sometimes you go, oh, that's that then. All right, that's done now, is it?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how it's going to manifest. I do think we've got loads more good times ahead with me, probably. But you never know. Never know.
Barry Fuller, is he still there?
Yeah, he's actually on loan at the moment, Ashford.
Oh, is he? All right, because I remember him when he was youth team, Charlton. I think he was, yeah.
Really, yeah.
We watched the under-21s game and he was there. And it was the time of Barry and EastEnders. So everyone was just taking the piss out of him because he's called Barry. Every time he got ball, go on, Barry, go on, Barry. And then my boy says, you know Barry Fuller plays for him? And I went, you're joking. And he went, yeah. Because he played for Gills as well, didn't he?
Gills, Stevenage. Yeah, Wimbledon, obviously.
But he's getting on now, isn't he? He's had a good career.
This year.
41.
Yeah, 41 next year. He's had a brilliant career. He is an amazing guy. 3 girls, lovely wife. One of his daughters plays for Chelsea in England. She's fantastic. And he is basically, you won't mind me saying, an old school footballer.
Yeah.
We played Chesterfield on TV last year. At Meadowbank, they were 20 points clear at the top of the league. We was in a relegation scrap, and Baz hadn't played for about 5 weeks. He'd been struggling with injury, and he's only got one way of playing. Some young lad got the ball out wide, and he showed him the ball, and that was it. Ball, player, stand. You know, and all the crowd went, oh, and then he just, and Baz then looked at him as if to say, get up. And no, he's just a brilliant man. I'm sure he's going to go on to he's so well respected, a really long career in coaching, and that's now he's got his own academy.
Right, yeah.
And he's only on loan at the moment, really, because he's struggled this year with injury. He's been a bit in and out, so he needed matches. So no doubt he'll come back.
So, right, there's a couple of things here to pick out. You said he's got daughters at play. You've got a women's team as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
I don't know how well they're doing. I haven't looked into that. But also Callum Best is involved in the women's team. Is that right?
Yeah.
And we interviewed Callum. He's a really nice guy, actually. We interviewed him at the Celebrity Soccer on the pitch. Really nice bloke. So what's his involvement? Because he's, you know.
Well, I mean, I've known Callum years. And
yeah, how did you meet him?
Geez, through football, partying, all the above, really.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've known Callum donkey's years, and yeah, he's an amazing man. And he's not someone that would, he's quite insular in terms of like, he keep himself to himself and his thoughts to himself. And obviously, he's got this esteemed kind of life because of who his dad was,
which frustrates me for him sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a strange one. I mean, but he's been he's had to fend for himself. That's the bottom line. He's had to fend for himself in this world, and he's a really strong person. And yeah, listen, we were speaking about it, and he just said that he felt like he wanted to give something back to football. Football is like a legacy without being something that he's actually done himself.
Yeah.
But his legacy is football.
Yeah.
Through his dad. So yeah, listen, I said to him, when you get involved, he spoke about ladies and he liked the growth of the game. I said, when you get involved, Cal, it's going to become a real passion, and it has been. He's been brilliant. He's been he's literally been stood on Hackney Marshes full of mud on a Sunday, supporting the girls, and he's ever present. So he loves it. Yeah, he's and he really enjoys it.
That's weird. Yeah, that's really good. But I feel sorry for him, because the press always goes at the kids of someone famous, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're privileged just because of their parents, that sort of thing. And he got attacked a lot, didn't he, in the 90s, just for being the son of George Best, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, this is it. I mean, you can't, unless you're in that position, you can never sort of you can never sort of legislate for what that feels like, and you got all sorts of things. But obviously his dad, had a lot going on, and that would have been difficult for Callum.
Oh, 100%.
And Callum would have had to put a big shield up for that. That's probably still there today, but he's a proud son of George, and he's he's a bit of a one-man band in terms of the family, if that makes sense, and I really respect him and love him for that. So yeah, but he's really enjoying what he does.
Good.
And we speak regular, and what about going to United next week, actually?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the plan, but yeah.
All right, that's good. No, like I say, when we chatted to him, he was a humble bloke, really interested in the podcast. He gave you all the time in the world. He was good as gold. That's brilliant. What was the other thing I was going to mention that you just brought up? I've forgotten now because I drift off, Mike. What you got?
No, it's me waffling.
I've got a question in relation to, obviously, where you're at now and the Premier League. The Premier League has VAR. What's your thoughts on that?
Non-league as him.
I know. Have you seen that tweet where a non-league ref does the VAR sign?
No.
It's fucking brilliant.
Oh, yes, I did, yeah. Yeah, he did a VAR
he speaks to the linesman. It's just on a park field, and then he comes running over, it goes like that, it goes like that. And I just think that is fucking brilliant. And I just think, I wish more refs were like that and had a laugh.
Do you reckon he did it for a laugh?
Surely, and fucking brilliant.
Do you think they're too serious?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Listen, right? I'm waiting for the first ref to walk over to that TV screen on a Premier League game, look at it and go, yeah, I ain't fucking giving that.
Yeah, backing himself.
Right? You've only got to see how fucking tight-knit they are to understand how it's an us and them.
Yeah.
The whole issue with officiating is that they are a closed shop. That is it. It is them and it is everybody else. And that includes them changing the laws of the game, not worrying about anybody else's opinion. They're not, honestly, in my opinion, and it's just my professional opinion, they're not fit to run the game in the way that they do. They've made football a mockery for the last 3-4 years. You can't keep saying you're trialing stuff for 5 years. It's not a trial after fucking 5 years. After 5 years, it's just a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Right? So...
Well, there's no consistency after 5 years either, which is...
Piss poor. Hate it. Listen, they're a closed shop. We've seen it recently with the lad... Right, that's got into trouble. I don't envy the position he's in. I don't agree with him being hung out to dry either.
What's this? Sorry, I've missed this.
The David Summit, whatever.
The referee that's been online.
Been online and talking about people. But the bottom line is they keep changing the laws of the game. No one knows if they're coming or going. And if you speak to the honest officials down the leagues, they're the first ones to agree with that and go, yeah, look, it's hard for us. They change laws that they can't even get right watching it on telly and then expect a bloke in Division 7 without linesmen to get it right. They're borderline a joke. I wish the FA would get hold of them, but they won't, probably.
So have you got any ideas how you can improve this between you two, the two sides? The referees and the teams.
Yeah, well, first of all, involve people like me and other really experienced football people. That'd be the first thing. Involve people in the game, right? Secondly would be just remember that a lot of the things about football that worked weren't broken. So the keeper having 6 seconds to kick the ball, this is the best one.
That winds me up.
We're still a law today.
Yeah.
So... I'll say to the ref, I timed last year in the second half of one game, the goalie had the ball 8 minutes out of 45.
Wow.
Right, and at the end of the game, I said to the bloke, it's 6 seconds. He goes, yeah, I know it is, but we don't enforce that anymore. That didn't fucking this is what you're dealing with, right? Yeah. As if you could run an organisation that has laws and they decide what they enforce.
Yeah, the ref makes it up as he goes along, especially with the extra time. I remember you chasing a ref off the pitch once and saying, look, there's bloke went down in this 8 minutes, there's this,
Dagenham.
there's this, and then you blew it up like dead on 8 minutes.
Dagenham.
That's the most frustrating thing.
Dagenham at home, and there was 4 goals in the second half and 5 substitutions and an injury, and he played 2 minutes extra time.
Yeah.
But so they need to simplify the laws. Back in the day, you had 6 seconds and the keeper knew it, smashed the ball, right? They're now on about bringing out a trial to let the keeper's got to kick it within X seconds or it's a corner to the other team.
What?
You're like, no, just fucking go back to what it was, mate. No one, weren't a problem, right? The other one was, if you stand in front of a free kick, you get a yellow card. So you all knew where you stood. If you were the manager, you'd be saying to your player, get out of the way. I don't want to get any yellow. Now you can, it's only a yellow card if you stop a promising attack. You're like, no, it's just a fucking yellow. So now people cheat and they delay play, and you extrapolate that across all these rules, right? And no one knows that they're coming or going, and the players just abuse them because the players think that's Andy. I can stand in front of that quick free kick now because all they do is say get away. Back in the day, it'd be like bang, you knew what you're doing, yellow card. So they need to simplify the rules, make them easier, involve people, and stop trying to be clever all the time. I told Howard Webb to his face at a meeting before the season.
What do you think the future of football is if it carries on going the way it's going? Because me as a football fan is probably watching it less and less because it's getting worse and worse from a refereeing perspective.
I know, mate. Honestly, I fear for it. I really do. I don't know why they just didn't bring it out. Goal line technology was a slam dunk because I think everybody from either side thinks, well, if it's in, it's in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can go with that, right?
Unless you're Villa, I think it was. The ball went over the line and didn't count.
Offsides. I know people disagree with me on this one, right? But see, VAR for offsides, like, I don't know why they can't just, because the thing used to be, if they're level, go with the attacker, didn't it?
Yeah.
And no one ever complained.
No.
People want to see goals, right?
So I don't know why they can't.
As long as it's fair on both sides.
Yeah.
Consistency, exactly.
Right? So I don't know why they couldn't just go, right, we're going to do offsides, right? But we're going to do a variance of like 6 inches, right? And then, like, in terms of, it's like, you've got a 6-inch grace, and what that would allow for was where somebody's fucking elbows like that. And I just thought to myself, because realistically, no one wants to see goal. That takes away that negligible part, right? And someone said to me, but the law says if they're offside or offside. But the law says fucking 6 seconds. But you're not bothered about that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think they've got VAR should only be used in very exceptional circumstances. For me, game-changing things. So when they took away the pass-back rule, it changed the game for the good. So back in the day, it might be before your time, you could just kick back to the keeper. He could hold it for 6 seconds, give it to you, and you could do the same.
Do you think VAR should be used like they do in tennis, where you get 3 fucking goes?
Well, they're trialing that as well.
I don't know. You know what I mean? And if they go,
managers can challenge a VAR.
A challenge rather than, because it just goes to VAR regardless, doesn't it? A match will just go to VAR regardless.
Use it for things that are stonewall.
But the term is clear and obvious, isn't it? If a referee goes to the monitor and takes 2 minutes, it's not clear and obvious. Like, clear and obvious is 10 seconds. You can see it straight away.
Yeah.
Just use it for things that are stonewall, and then maybe in 3 years decide to choose something else to add to it. They've just gone gung ho, ballsed it up, and they're the only people that But you've only got to look at the fact that they never ever disagree with each other.
No.
Never. I mean, that first bloke that does that, I think will be a fan's favourite.
Yeah.
What everyone wants to see is that referee that they know is prepared to tell his mate, fuck off, I ain't giving that.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the fans will think, I want that ref in my game. Because when he goes to that monitor, he'll make his own mind up on what he does.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But then it's all the corruption that comes with that as well, isn't it? Because you look at this guy that's in the news now, and you look back at all the decisions he's made against Liverpool, and it's like, I'm an Arsenal fan. Odegaard handballed it. He didn't give it. And it's like, that's a pretty blatant one in my opinion.
The other thing is we watch it back in fucking slow-mo when things happen. So, you know what I mean? Things happen fast in a football match.
Semi-automatic offsides, do you agree with that? Automatic offsides that they use in the World Cup, the ones that are pretty quick, that draw the lines for them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just agree with anything that's stonewall, because no one can argue, even if it's not ideal, like a fingernail. No one can argue. Anything stonewall, no one can argue. But half the battle is, a lot of these refs, what people don't realise is they're paid, a lot of them refs Premier League are paid the best part of £1 million a year now.
But he's on £1 million salary, isn't he?
Right.
Got reported.
Are they really?
And that's where money goes, mate. See, when you've got, and that's just life, isn't it? I mean, you'd think, well, they should be professional, but there's an element of attachment to money that brings out arrogance in people, isn't there? And, you know, I think his comments and stuff, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I totally get that 100%. But yeah, because of the Premier League.
How do you solve that because a referee is going to support someone? How do you solve that issue?
Well, that's the problem. If you're a referee, if you're a football referee, you're a fan of football. That means you're a fan of a team, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you just can't be. Yeah. I mean, personally, they just can't be anywhere near refereeing that team. Obviously, they're going to referee games that could have an impact on their team, but ultimately, you'd like to think you've got to draw the line somewhere. But they can't be involved in anything near their team. I don't see how that can be the case. No.
It's a hard one. Fourth officials, obviously they got fucking skin as thick as a whale, didn't they? Are they any use to, you know, you're giving them shit. Do they communicate with the ref while he's on the pitch?
Oh, it's fucking pointless.
It is pointless, isn't it? A fourth official is literally just a timekeeper, really.
I always feel sorry for them.
Do that,
they fuck the time up as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, but if there was a purpose of a fourth official that was going to help the referee have the eyes and ears and go, right, just keep an eye, whatever, then just stick on the other side of the pitch, because they've got...
Yeah.
They just become...
Keep inside the box.
A focal. Well, like, it's just... No, but like they get all these managers in their ear, like then they're talking to... It is literally brutal for that fourth official.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know a lot of people at the FA that I know don't agree themselves. They think, the role... I think the principle of it worked, but just get away from managers. And if the referee... This goes back to what I said before. If the referee's got a coach who keeps shouting at him, blah, 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 right... or too many people standing up, well, just like the old days, blow the whistle, go over there, go fuck off, you had a card.
So was the old days very similar to what rugby is now, in the sense of you can't talk to the ref?
Oh, no. You can never...
Because that from a rugby... I'm not a big rugby fan, but...
They never had the respect, ever, that they get in rugby.
But if a referee took the stance of... Because they say, if you back chat or whatever, you get a yellow card, but they never give it. And that's the problem. If they started giving it... people get sent off. Part of me thinks that. I think there's got to be more respect for the ref. I assume the ref is scared to then give the yellow card and red card for something that's...
Well, it's only going to happen... It's only got to happen for 3 games, isn't it? Where they're solid giving them cards.
Right. It's fucking GCSE, right? Obviously, if they use the cards, everybody knows the issue lies with them, and all they keep doing is circumnavigating the laws, right? But realistically, I said to Howard Webb, pre-season meeting 18 months ago, I said, I don't know why I keep changing all the laws, Howard. Like I said, and all he kept talking about was, but the participant, there's a part. I said, listen, in rugby, the participant is the fucking same, right? The issue isn't the participant, it's you lot. You've got cards, right? If you don't like 1 surrounding, 2 surrounding, if you don't like the word fuck, whatever, you get a card and stick with it. Don't change it, and then you'll get the respect. And then that respect will go all the way down the game. That's how it is.
It happens in one game. I've been in a football match once where there was a woman referee, right? And she was fine, but she was heavy with the cards. The other team just couldn't fucking get over it. And they were getting carded and sent off left. And we just went, boom. You fucking stay quiet. You know you had to play the referee. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite incredible.
She wasn't going to take any shit, so we just shut up. They got 4 sent off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd love to sit there at one of their meetings and just say, right, your dissent thing, what is dissent's a caution, right? So what is dissent? Okay, he'll tell me what to say. Okay. We'll just give a fucking yellow card then. That's it then, innit? Job done. Give a yellow card, cool. And then what happens if it does dissent again then? If it's another yellow card, okay, well, give him another one. It's a red then, isn't it? Yeah. And then if everyone can do that, probably in about 9 months, your game would be better. And you won't have to keep changing these laws constantly.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it?
If I was refereeing a game, no matter what the game was, I'll go into both changing rooms and say, I want you to think I'm a rugby referee.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think I'm a rugby referee, then you're going to get a lot of fucking people sent off.
Yeah, this is what I consider dissent. And if you do that, you get a yellow card.
Yeah.
That's how it is,
Yeah.
Easy. But there you go.
Thoughts on kids' football? So Dorking start at what age?
Mini kickers, like 4 or 5, yeah.
So I run my son's team under 9s, and they brought in a new rule. I understand the heading rule, I get that. But from throw-ins, they're not allowed to do throw-ins. They have to do dribbling and kick-ins. What's your thoughts on that?
I hate even the fucking heading bit not being... My boy is 7, and I hate the heading bit not being in there as well.
Especially when footballs are very different.
He wants to head it.
Yeah.
He wants to head it.
You can't stop him heading it.
No, exactly. Like, they've got obviously things like I don't like the not keeping score, not having league tables. Don't understand it, because this is... Childhood's about understanding how to be better, how to improve. It's also understanding that you might not be good at everything, and that's okay as well. When I was a kid playing football, on a Thursday night, they would go and put the A and the B team up on the wall for the Saturday. And you'd go up there, and if you was in the B team, I'd say to my granddad, and he'd go, well, you know what? Maybe you can work on your left foot, or maybe you can work a bit harder, and then when you get to school, and these are little... just behavioural things you want to know. I don't agree. I think it'll go back one day. I mean, it'd be good to start a league where you actually do run it properly. Can you start a league independently of the FA?
Well, I remember as a kid playing football, and the Kent Messenger, you'd have all the league tables in, and they say they don't want it to be competitive, yet every manager knows what the results are. Every child knows what the results are, because they all go to school together. They all mix in academies and things like that. So they all know the scores anyway. So you're just hiding something for the sake of hiding it.
Yeah, I mean, literally, no one gives a fuck except the snowflakes department. Yeah, the snowflake department that keep making up shit rules. It'll all go backwards one day. I truly believe it'll all go full circle. You could easily make a case for why you should have league tables and why you should not be afraid to do that. But yeah, that's a modern world, isn't it? But I love kids football. Like you, I'm now, my boy's 7, so I'm only just starting out, and I'm now having to get used to the parents bit on the sideline. That's not easy. That's not easy at all. But it's
I imagine that's harder than the Dorking stuff. The manager stuff from that end.
It's hard to watch your parents caning their kids at that age.
Well, it's that and game time and everything that comes.
Game time difficult, isn't it? And it is difficult. I help, and I say help run it. I'm there, so I can't not say anything. So I just stand next to the boy that does it, and I always tell him he's doing it. And then I just take over after about a minute. In fact, a minute's not even a minute. But I must admit, I love watching it. I love it. It's my highlight of my week. Like, we can be playing bloody Oldham away later, and I'm like, I'll look forward to the under 7s game. But
I've got a boy who's 30, and I've got my eldest is 30, my youngest is 8, right? But my 30-year-old son, when he was playing, I loved watching him play. It was brilliant. But we went to see some family in Canada, right? And we watched a cousin have a football match in Canada. And I think he was around 7 or 8. But they allow the managers on the pitch. And I thought, well, this is fucking weird.
What, coaching?
Yeah. But when I thought about it, I thought, that's fucking excellent. Because there's no shouting across the thing. If a kid does something a bit wrong, he would pick him up on it then. Try doing this. Yeah. It was fucking excellent. Up to a certain age. I don't know what the age was, but the managers were allowed on the pitch to chat with their team. They weren't involved in the game at all.
I'd run on the pitch and start playing. That's the problem.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Start having a go, wouldn't you? Yeah.
This is how you tackle.
But it seemed weird to me. But if you thought about it, that ain't for a certain age. That's not a bad idea, really. And that was on full-size pitches, these kids as well, funny enough.
Yeah, I mean, I like them being coached and helped. I think it's another modern thing these days sometimes is let them play. And I just said, that's just an excuse for not putting in structure and doing your best with what you've got. which is what we try to do.
It's a bit with kids, obviously, it's monkey see, monkey do, innit? Do you know what I mean? So if you just verbally tell them what to do, sometimes you just need a couple of adults to form a triangle, start doing some passes. Do you know what I mean? So they can see. And Lee Austin, a friend of mine, Lee Austin, his son is a really good footballer. And he said they just didn't get this passing thing. But when we had about 4 or 5 adults show them, bang, they were straight on it. It's different with kids, innit? You know, coaching styles and things. Right, brilliant. Anything else, Mike? Right, I think we're going to wrap it up. So what we usually ask, thanks for coming. Really,
just so you know.
Yeah. It hasn't fallen off the wall.
Yeah, I was going to go with that. I thought I was going to be awkward and say that, so I'm annoyed now.
That's weird, isn't it? I would have thought it was going to go off the wall.
You stuck it on too well.
Yeah, but I use shit I'm the only person that buys shit double-sided tape on fucking Amazon. Right, so we usually ask our guests if they want a song for the podcast. We put it on a playlist. Any song has Dorking got a song as they come on the pitch?
As they come on
have
the
they got
pitch,
fucking Tanway?
As they come on the pitch, we have Ain't No Stopping Us Now. But remember the David A walk-on version?
Yeah.
David I used to love that about David A because, you know, to look at you think he didn't go down the call for school route. He used to come walking on to this real fucking crowd-pleasing tune. We've always come on to that, to be fair.
Okay.
So you can play that.
So you want Ain't No Stopping Us Now. Okay, brilliant. That's great then. Thanks so much for coming on, mate. I really appreciate that.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
My fucking mic fell off. I've been out.
That has been a lifesaver, this.
Club Awesome, for autistic children and their families, a place where everyone belongs and fun knows no age limit.